And the real question is, will the Supreme Court justices spread them for Trump?
Immunity, insurrection, ballot decisions. Everything concerning Trump seems to be intersecting at the Supreme Court of the United States.
Imagine that.
We have presidential immunity, the insurrection, is he guilty, did he engage in it, whether states can keep him off the ballot for the primary election.
Did he engage in it? What?
Yeah, really. Yeah, he did.
I think wasn't he out of town that day?
Was that the time he went to Ireland? No, that's right. He was insurrecting right then.
Yeah,
he went to Ireland after to pitch some money and make some deals.
So we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he went to Ireland later, it was, to make some deals.
Hey.
Hey, what?
I'm Ben Scrood.
I'm Elly Stone, and we're the hosts of Scrood. A couple of weeks ago, Trump continued blabbering that he has presidential immunity.
Trump always wants to go to court. That's his saving battle cry.
That's his MO.
So he is.
So anyway, Jack Smith called his bluff and requested an expedited ruling from the Supreme Court. The Supremes kicked it back to the appeals.
Chicken shits. Nope, I'm not touching that one.
Now, the Supreme Court is not just majority Republican, but super conservative. And the Trump minion Supremes are Kavanaugh, Gorsuch,
and Barrett.
One of which was put in place over Obama's nomination, who was, by the way...
He was a moderate.
He was quite the moderate. That's Garland, of course. He was supposed to fill that position. And, of course, McConnell screwed that all up.
Dirty pool, man.
So Garland was a moderate, but because the Republicans blocked him, we got another right-wing personality in that place. And that person was, drumroll, Gorsuch. Remember the guy who said he didn't really believe abortion one way or the other? He wasn't an anti-abortionist. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
And he wasn't one of them way out west, bright conservative guys that he was going to listen to the people.
Yeah,
Remember
right.
that? Remember that testimony?
Yep.
Yeah, what a crock of shit.
He's a jackal.
Of course, it is right-wing Republican, and he took the place, the rightful place of Garland in the Supreme Court.
Screwed.
And, of course, that position was open because Scalia had died, and McConnell blocked it. The Republicans and McConnell blocked it.
Imagine them doing that.
So some history, 10 of the 13 judicial nominees confirmed by the Republicans are card-holding members and speakers of the extreme right-wing pro-big business and world trade and multinational billionaire class Federalist Society. Yes, I said Federalist Society. Therefore, low taxes for billionaires. They believe in big business, world trade, multinational corporations, no regulations for these multinationals. They're for the billionaire class, less taxes for the billionaire class, nothing for the middle class or the poor. They're into multinational world trade as well, including trading money, and that's how they get their money.
The currency market, or Forex FX, is the largest investment market in the world and continues to grow annually, with more than $4.5 trillion in notional value exchanged daily. In comparison, there is only $25 billion of daily volume on the New York Stock Exchange NYSE. The market may be large, but until recently the volume came from professional traders. But as currency trading platforms have improved, more retail traders have found Forex to be suitable for their investment goals. Currency trading is a 24-hour market that is only closed from Friday evening to Sunday evening. But the 24-hour trading sessions are misleading. There are 3 sessions that include the European, Asian, and United States trading sessions.
These guys are entrenched deep in the Federalist Society.
Gorsuch, Alito, and Thomas have strong ties, as do many appellate judges.
Don't forget Kavanaugh and Barrett.
Roberts lied about being a member.
Of the Federalist Society.
Yeah, during his confirmation hearing, he lied about that, kind of like Gorsuch and all those guys lied about abortion and lied about how fair that they are.
And Kavanaugh lied about not drinking, denied sexual assault charges by 4 witnesses, an attempted rape charge by 1 witness, and that he held her down and put his hand over her mouth to prevent her from calling for help. Another Federalist Society Supreme, Thomas has been sexually inappropriate with women, verbalizing the size of his penis and his ability to please a woman with his mouth. Anita Hill, testimony 1991.
And the chief supporters of these guys who are related to this society, the Federalist Society, is guess who?
The Kochs.
Yeah, the brothers. There's just one now, but
Well,
yeah.
they still call the Koch brothers.
Yeah.
But imagine that these guys are actually not being truthful.
They're nominated and put to the test. They lie like crazy.
Now, that's what I want in a Supreme Court justice, not to tell the truth. You know,
Well, you're at the right place.
nobody's going to call me on it because we're the Supreme Court. Nobody can touch us.
The
Well,
untouchables.
Not now. Well, it may be possible.
Yeah. We'll see about that. Yeah, they all lie in their confirmation hearings, and they turn out to be the jackasses that we knew they were.
Oh.
All these guys nominated by the Repubs and the Federalist Society who give the Repubs the guys that they want in for big business, big money, world trade, and screw the little guy for the billionaires. Let's have no regulation. Let's do the Wall Street things. Yeah, go Wall Street, no matter how it screws the pension funds. And most of these super right-wing Republicans come from the Federalist Society. Federalist Society members, Gorsuch, Jeff Sessions, and Donald McGahn, all keynote speakers.
And these are Trump guys, right?
Yeah, all Trump guys, and they were all keynote speakers.
They're
And
deep.
there's more. I'm just touching on it. Now, the Democrat nominees for the Supreme Court, Jackson, that was Biden, and Kagan and Muir was Obama.
Right.
They're not doing the Federalist thing. Let's screw the little guy. The guys who are playing all the games are people like the Federalist Society and their ilk. But it shouldn't matter, right? Judges should be nonpartisan and unbiased.
They should be impartial. I mean, they got to read what they read and make a decision on it, not have their true opinions of who they are involved with it. They're making decisions for the whole United States, not just for their household.
Not for themselves. Exactly. But apparently, conservatives appear to be weak pack puppies, where opinions of others and possibility of retribution or a stifled career scares the shit out of them.
Jared. Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised that behind closed doors, they roll over, spread their legs, and dribble in silence when reproached.
Can I get photos of that?
Talk to Marjorie.
Jared, she's got the end. Oh my God, that's a picture I want to see posted on the.
Oh, we
screen.
see it every day. What are you talking about? It's there, buddy.
No, it's behind closed doors. I want to see the behind closed doors photo.
Talk to Marjorie. She can get you the pictures.
She probably could.
Yeah. The question is, should Fugu be afraid?
All right, we've got to let everybody know what a fugu is.
Should we?
We have to let everybody know.
All right. I'll go for it then. Fugu is a tiny, toxic fat fish with tiny, pursed Betty Boop lips. Okay. And if you are exposed to fugu toxin, your life as you know it may be over. So why is Trump afraid other than the obvious? Loses money, going to prison. You know he's not going to. I doubt he'll go to prison. He's not going to prison. Give me a break.
Secret Service.
Exactly. Even if he did go to prison, he's got Secret Service. He's going to have a special cell, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he's not going to prison. No elite is going to go to prison unless they screw other elites or they're pedophiles or something along those lines. Are they going to go to jail? And since we don't know for sure what predilections the ex-president has, we do know of certain things, and those certain things are what he did. fraud, theft, lying, cheating, insurrection.
In addition, sexual abuse, defamation, and forced digital penetration.
Right.
But, he's not going to go to jail. He'll lose his freedom, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. And he's afraid of that. He's afraid of maybe quarantine, this process, this criminal prosecution and arrest. But he'll be quarantined in his own home.
The ankle bracelet.
Yeah. They'll put a bracelet on him, and he'll be quarantined in his own home. He'll lose some of his freedoms. And he's afraid of that. He's afraid of banned from business in New York and possibly other places as well.
Yes. I think they should put a dog collar on him.
Yeah.
Not an ankle bracelet. He'd look better in a dog collar.
And he's afraid because Giuliani just got hammered with a $148 million suit. Giuliani got smacked for over $100 million because he defamed two innocent women.
Yeah, the vote counters.
And Trump is afraid of that because he could lose a bunch of money. Remember, with Giuliani, he can't claim bankruptcy to get out of it. He is in debt because he cannot bankruptcy himself out of this debt, especially because he opened his mouth a second time.
When he came out of court.
Yeah, in court, he's like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that was me.
Then after the verdict and the dollar amount, he comes out of court and says,
yeah,
no, it was all the truth.
Defames them again, calls them liars. And if you remember, he said things that were very condescending. I'm not going to repeat what he said here. He was just very rude and hateful, and their lives were in jeopardy. They couldn't work. They couldn't get jobs. People didn't want to be around them. People were questioning them. They had people at their home.
They were followed, threatened, and had to move as well. Giuliani accused them of ballot manipulation. Defaming them publicly, he said, Ruby Freeman and Shay Freeman Moss. Quite obviously surreptitiously passing around USB ports, as if they're vials of heroin or cocaine.
So Trump is afraid that he's going to be fined and will not be given the opportunity to claim bankruptcy.
See, I think Giuliani should be slapped double. When he came out of the courts, and they already ruled that he owes them $100+ million. When he goes back in again, it should be whatever that is again.
Yeah,
and Trump would do the same thing, because as soon as Trump comes out of court, he just blabs about what they told him not to. So these guys have to be taught a lesson.
They're trying to skew the truth. That's what they're trying to do. They're muddying the waters. Who is that guy who did that Gish?
Named after creationist Dwayne Gish, the Gish Gallop is a rhetorical technique in which a dishonest person in a debate attempts to overwhelm their opponent by providing an excessive number of arguments with no regard for the accuracy or strength of those arguments. Its aim is simple: to defeat one's opponent by burying them in a torrent of incorrect, irrelevant, or idiotic arguments. For example, a person using the Gish Gallop might attempt to support their stance by bringing up, in rapid succession, a large number of vague claims, anecdotal statements, misinterpreted facts, and irrelevant comments.
He muddied the waters to make the public not know what to believe whatever they said, fight themselves.
That sounds like the Trump presidency and the Trump re-election campaign.
It's everything Trump. It's everything Trump. I can tell you that. Well, what about the Supremes? Where are they at? They have lifetime appointments, right?
Yes, they do. The Supremes are there for life.
Right-wing.
Federalist-loving.
Right-wing extreme conservatives. So the whole court is a majority of extreme conservatives. There are 3 in there that aren't.
Correct.
So the question is, I beg the question, will the Supremes roll over and dribble silently between their legs? Or will they perceive Trump as a self-appointed imperialistic leader?
Dictator.
Either way, right?
He wants to be a dictator for a day. That's his dream.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because he praises all dictators all around the world. They're so smart and tough. And he wants to be one.
Whatever their decision, it will be self-serving. And I have put a little idea in your head here. What do you think if they perceive him as a threat, even though they're lifetime appointments, if they perceive him as a threat, an emperor that will control all branches of the gov, including the judicial, then they will be obliged to do as expected and as they are told.
My guess is that in my opinion, they're weak. So they're going to roll over for Trump. They're going to spread them for Trump. This is what's going to happen, unfortunately.
You know what I think?
Tell me, what do you give me your thoughts on
I
this?
give you my wisdom. Off with their heads.
Yeah, that's true.
Or what's that famous place where they waterboard? What is that?
Gitmo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Behind door number 2, Gitmo, right? What's behind door number 3?
You get to choose between door number 1, the prize behind door number 2, or the waterboarding behind door number 3.
Well, that comes with door number 2, so yeah, that's
They
a
switch
given.
it around behind.
But door number 3, right?
Okay.
They lose their position and must step down, just as Fugo likes to say,
You're fired.
bingo. That's a bingo.
Dictators don't want anybody else having another decision that may be different than theirs. Dictators are supreme rulers. I believe he said that one time in one of the interviews. He said, I'm the president and I can pretty much do anything I want.
He says that all the time.
He likes the power.
And if you out there saying, nah, we're not going to do door number 3, we're not going to throw Supremes in jail or make them step down or maybe do door number 2, Gitmo, or number 1.
What it'll end up being, can I tell you, if it gets really bad, they may still hold their positions for life, but they'll just be advisors to Trump.
No.
They'll just have them as advisors. Give me your opinion. Okay, no,
it'll be
I don't
1,
really
2,
want
or
that.
3.
I don't want that.
Remember Michael Cohen? They really screwed Michael Cohen. Does
Yes,
he ring a bell?
did. Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Mea
buy his
culpa.
books. He's got a couple books. They're interesting. Anyway, Michael Cohen. Remember William Barr? Bill Barr. Right? Billy Barr.
Yeah,
Billy Barr.
he was all on Trump's side.
If you've seen him when he was a youngster in politics, he was just a little submissive man with thick black glasses. And he turned out to be quite a man. And Bill Barr was trying to bend over Michael Cohen. They really, put it this way, Michael Cohen served prison time and Trump did not.
Screwed.
Michael did. Bill Barr is still not even under arrest. No indictments, nothing for Bill Barr. And Bill Barr was, we're going to do a show on Billy Boy.
Yes.
Because I can't go into it here, but Bill Barr needs maybe Gitmo, maybe door number 2 for Bill Barr.
He needs something. Bill Barr is a snake in the grass. Watch out for that snake.
Well, back to the perceptions of the Supremes, whether they're liberal or conservative doesn't matter here because their decision, I believe, depends on whether or not the Supremes perceive Fugo as an imperialistic threat, as a king. So, what do you think about that?
It's really hard for me to think like a really conservative Supreme Court justice. My brain just does not warp that far out of center. It's scary.
It'll be real scary for them and us, whether or not they rule for or against the immunity, the insurrection, the ballot decisions. If Trump is able to run and able to win, I don't think he will, but if he does, they're in jeopardy as well. They're in power now for the rest of their lives. They won't be if Trump or a Trump-liker
That is correct.
comes into office. And I think they're bright enough to maybe figure that out, whether he put them in there or not. Are they loyal to Trump? And are they?
It's all about power.
Exactly. It's all about power. They're going to lose their power if they let Trump get his way. And for another thing, Trump's wrong. Trump needs to be accountable for what he did. He should not be able to run. It's just that simple.
Yes. I mean, he's got 92 counts against him. At some point in time, people have to realize that a few of those have to get your brain going saying, well, wait a minute, we got to think about this guy. But after 92, it should be game over. It should be game over.
He's gotten away with so much in the 90s, and we'll do a show later about all of the criminal things he has gotten away with during the 90s. And his father, too, did a lot of illegal things with government money and with poor people and fraud, and the list.
Yes.
The list is endless. We
And
have to do a whole show on
And
it.
his grandfather.
His grandfather.
He would have been a fun one to hang around.
Oh yeah, brothel man.
During the gold rush in the American West, Granddad Trump ran a restaurant and hotel. Like many establishments during that time, prostitution was conducted within the establishment, and the owner received the majority of the profits for the services the women provided. Some women would live in these establishments.
Hi, Granddad. I'm going to buy instead of sell. So you see, our voting decisions really matter. This is just a taste of the ties between the billionaires, big business, multinational corporations, world trade, government lawmakers. Fugu and the other jackals don't give two shits about the average Joe. But they align themselves with religion and anti-abortion believers to gain the power of numbers, because billions ain't enough. And the numbers, they're Joe Schmo and Jane Doe public. Remember that. We're Joe Schmo and Jane Doe public. We don't want to be his numbers. He's been using our tax dollars his entire life, and so has Daddy. It's time to end the carnage.
Trump no more, 2024.
Got that right. And on a positive note, Biden has confirmed more federal judges
At this point in time,
than even Trump. And just to give you a few numbers here,
What are the numbers?
it was over 100.
it was 150 Democrat-led Senate confirmed federal judges as of November 2023.
As a matter of fact, 2/3 are women and people of color. More than Trump, more than any Republican or any other Democrat. Just on a little note, you should see Reagan. He's like 8. I shit you not. It's that bad. Yeah.
Well, Reagan was a
Yeah.
special guy.
Yeah, Reagan. Yeah.
Reagan is not my favorite either. Less than 12 minority judges.
Very different from what Trump did.
Yeah. Keep the emperors out.
Hashtag no dictators in the USA. That's something.
And what about the Supremes? We got to hashtag something. Then
You know, every time you say Supremes, you know what I think of? Not so little bit before my time. I keep picturing Diana Ross.
You keep thinking of Diana.
You know what I'm saying?
So anyway, hashtag way to go Biden.
Absolutely. No dictators. Trump no more, 2024.
Bye.
See ya.
Are you sick of scroodonomics? You know, the system, politics, big brother, big business, Wall Street, tax inequality.
Then subscribe now to Scrood on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or click the link in the show notes.